We're doing an interview.
We're doing an interview. Yeah. Go on. I wouldn't say it's an inspiration. I'd say my music was purely inspired by, I guess, what ended up creating Patchwork. I started music because of a very beautiful human, and I followed the path. And unfortunately, not long ago, only this time last year, he actually passed. And Patchwork was completely and utterly brought from like a place of like absolute just distraught grief. Like it was a painful experience to lose someone that important to me. When someone dies, you don't have the opportunity to have prepared, especially if they die suddenly. You don't have the opportunity to have prepared for them to have existed in your memory the whole time, and you didn't know to keep hold of all those memories. And yeah, you, in your grief, you just like throw together every single memory that you have, and you kind of make this stupid little patchwork quilt where you're really hoping that it'll be okay, and it'll keep you warm, kind of thing, throughout your grief. But no, sometimes nothing keeps you warm in grief, and it's just what you can cling to. And Patchwork is basically just the idea of those memories slipping away, and how much I hated that. It was so hard. It was so hard not to have all the memories. So it's more of a therapy song than a music release, really. I feel like there's musicians and there's artists. I don't know if that's going to come across well or not, but I feel like there's musicians and there's artists. Musicians can promote their music because it's music. It's supposed to be promoted. It's part of the social media life. It's part of the, hey, look at this thing I did. And there's artists who, and no artist is ever born of a happy time. No artist ever is there because they've had a great time. Artists tend to come from heartache usually. And I definitely feel that I create art. I don't release for the world to enjoy my music. I release so that I feel the release of that emotion, that I don't have to hold on to it anymore. Because the only reason that an artist ever does anything is to basically give themselves a break. So everything's easier when eyes are watching and ears are listening. It's like when you need a friend to talk to, but I've just got my music, really. I think a lot of this will be really awkward for me because obviously I don't like being perceived. I don't like, well, it's more that I don't like the idea that someone might misunderstand, and I'm not trying to be mean or selfish in any capacity of any ways, but I am so bad at the idea, this fear that someone's gonna take good intentions wrong. I, I don't like what I do. I never do, and other people say it's great because I'm exposing raw emotion, and it's really hard to find people who are still singing the same songs and they still feel how they did, or a different emotion, and they're feeling the emotions of it. There's a thing of rehearsing and rehearsing and rehearsing, and eventually the emotions do get lost.
Right.
I hate everything I do because it comes from such an emotional place, but it's also kind of probably the only thing that's really, really good about it. I don't know how to love anything really properly, especially myself. That's about the fact that I don't want to be seen. I want the feeling, the music ish, the artistry, I guess. I want it to be heard. I don't want it to be about me. It's never about me when I perform. It's about something that I can't comprehend or speak about easily, I don't speak easily. I'm very, very bad at communicating, so music's my only way to do so. And if someone's looking at me whilst I'm playing this music, usually I'm pulling really fucking weird faces. I'm pulling some really, really strange faces the entire time that I'm playing. And they'll just be going, what? And I'm like, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. Listen to the music. So I'll sit on the floor, and it feels so much more grounding also to be on the floor. I play my music all the time cross-legged. I can't do it as much anymore because life is just not that easy. So oh, when I started writing music, and I still hold this belief to this day, I didn't want to know who I sounded like. I didn't want to be anyone. It wasn't that I wanted to make the music that I listened to. I mean, when I was growing up, I was listening to 3 Days Grace and Nirvana, Pearl Jam, all that kind of stuff. But I don't make that music. Because when I learned guitar, I didn't want to learn covers because I was afraid it would influence my music.
Right.
I wanted to just make what my soul sounds like. And apparently, it's quite sad in there. Unfortunately, I don't know who my influences are. I've got like an idea of, I really like Keaton Henson. I like the quiet of his vocals. I love the. No, so sorry.
Look at the pretty lights.